Bill, can you talk to us just a little bit about you've been back at Delta State now for about a month. Just talk about being back and being president.
It's been wonderful. The reception, Ross, has been great. The community, the campus. We just had commencement on Saturday. It was my first commencement. Dr. Hilpert's last. We co-anchored the program. We've been very busy. It's like drinking from a fire hose. A lot of programs on campus. I've had a student forum, a faculty forum. Had my first board meeting here in Jackson a couple of weeks ago. Everyone has been most hospitable, but I had that 3-week window before school's over to really visit with student organizations, with our athletic teams, to get out to see some ball games. Just been a wonderful opportunity. It's the year-end award banquets on campus for the academic honors and things like that. So I've been able to be a part of all that and in a real quick time immerse myself in it before we start the summer. So I'm gearing up and ready to go.
What do you think are some of the main points of interest that you need to attack going into the fall semester, the summer and the fall semester? I know that student recruitment obviously is at the top of the
Absolutely.
list.
Our top two challenges and priorities are dealing with our budget, which is always a tough situation. We do have an equal playing field from last year. We're going in with kind of a zero-based budget and with no change, up or down. So we'll live within those means. Secondly is our whole recruitment issue. So we're focusing on enrollment. All hands on deck. We're trying to figure out how we can bring more and better students to Delta State. Secondly, I would say just administratively, we have 4 searches that we have to deal with. 2 at the top are our provost and our chief financial officer, which are critical positions. We're going into our 10-year self-study next year, and we have to have those positions in place. The 2 there now are retiring under their own will, and so I'll be building my own team. And then we also have our athletic director position that's open. We have an interim in Ronnie Myers, but we have a search now to make sure we complete that and bring someone in. And then the Dean of Arts and Sciences, eventually we'll get to that. So 3 big searches going on right now simultaneously. They'll all be rolled out in media releases in the next few days. And
I also understand you've got several programs that you're working on to kind of get started here pretty quickly.
We are. We've got to do the thing. We've got to be about the business of providing that good education with a focus in the classroom. That's one of the specialties of Delta State, that personal attention, that you're not a number, you're a person, you're a name, you're a student in our classes. And we've always had that. You and I had that when we were there, and I want our students to have that today. And we had such wonderful experiences. I'd like to go back. The second best thing is for me to make sure it's there now. For new programming, very exciting. We want to bring to Delta State the first, and continue it, International Blues Conference. We are the rightful academic and intellectual home of the blues. No place else, in Arkansas or anywhere else is. Certainly not in other parts of the state. We're in the Delta. I'm not talking about a festival or museums. I'm talking about actually having papers read, lectures, have an academic center, kind of like the Faulkner program at Ole Miss. So we've got that already started. We're going to have a very exciting program in having a racial reconciliation conference on our campus of major magnitude with big speakers, marquee visitors, some conferences associated with that, some big names coming in for that, probably early next year. And it'll be a wonderful way for us to celebrate our multicultural campus, at the same time branch out and show leadership in the Delta, to bring everyone together in the Delta. And so we're going to face that straight on. It's a great program. We have more people subscribing to help plan that than we could even put on a piece of paper right now. So it's a wonderful program. And then thirdly, I would add, I really want to ratchet up our international exchanges, both students and faculty. I've had the pleasure of teaching in Eastern Europe and Russia quite often over the last 10 years. We're already in the works of putting together some memoranda of understanding with 2 different universities, one in Poland and one in Russia, to bring faculty and students here and to give our students in Mississippi a chance to go there. So there are a few things we're trying to do to energize the place. There's an electric student body up there. They are closing the year out on a great note. Very excited, and I think we're going to go back into the fall on a very high note.
So I did have one really serious question, in that anytime that you meet with students, do you have the Fighting Ochre rappel in for every one of those?
Only the great student forum we had, and that was a fun day. It was in addition to that, we had a flash mob that went on. We had students singing and dancing, and it was a wonderful welcome. I was actually asked the question about our mascots at that moment. I was asked, when you were here, you were statesman, and now we have the secondary mascot, the ochre. What do you think about that? And I had begun my flimsy explanation of that now I'm both. I'm certainly subscribing to it, because I think the younger generations love the ochre. It's a lot of fun. And about that time, off the roof of the Union came rappelling in the ochre himself. So we had a fun occasion there, and it was a festive occasion. But more than anything, it was an opportunity for me to listen to the students. It was a listening session, and they gave me some good advice, asked some great questions, and I think they feel like we're plugged in, and we understand that we are here because of them. We're not just employees of a university. We're there as servant leaders to work with our students.
What do you learn running through campus when you run in the morning?
What needs fixing? It's management by not just walking around, but by running around.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday at our cabinet meeting, I passed around a sheet after I put some items on there that, a few tiles need to be replaced on the front of the Wright Art Building, for example. I noticed that the Bryce Griffith Center sign on the west end of the Griffith Center is now covered up by trees, and you can't even see it. So it needs to come off the building and put down on stilts so we can honor Bryce and keep that name going there. And there are a few other things, little names on campus, bricks here, sidewalks here. But our facilities management organization on campus does a great job. They are great folks. One of the first things I did was go over and visit with many of them when I got on campus, because they make us a nice campus, a very beautiful campus. And we're fortunate to have it.